Navigant Credit Union. Check out their breakfast and lunch dishes plus specials online at yourmomsri.com. Open 6 days a week for breakfast and lunch, closed Tuesdays. Your mother's favorite breakfast place in Manville. Sunny skies today with a high of 55 degrees but a stiff breeze from the west. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 33. Sunday's weather, sunshine and 54. Monday, a 30% chance of some rain, but sunshine with a high of 59. Tuesday, a 30% chance of some showers, sunny skies at a high of 57. Wednesday, mostly sunny and 56. Thursday, mostly sunny and 53 with a 40% chance of a shower. And Friday, mostly sunny skies with a high of 52. Currently outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio here on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, it's 47 degrees. WOON AM and FM.
Good morning. Welcome to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan. I am joined by Owen Kelleher. Good morning, Owen.
Good morning, Kevin.
All right. Welcome back, Pat Holland. A little under the weather, but we expect him to call in if he's feeling up to it, which would be great to hear from Pat. But hope everyone had a happy Halloween. And Owen, you dressed up as yourself, I understand, for Halloween?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the past few years, it's been my go-to costume.
Excellent. I dressed up as a cold radio broadcaster doing high school football, and it went very well. Did you observe the sports equinox on Monday? And do you know what the sports equinox is?
I did, yeah. All four sports are playing, including made it 5 with the MLS playoffs.
Yep. We do work in a little soccer talk here and there. So, yes, all 5 professional major sports teams played on Monday. It happens once. Sometimes it happens twice a year, I guess, depending if they get a World Series to kick over to a Sunday later in the year. But Monday, they had the World Series. They had Monday Night Football, Celtics, and Bruins. Actually, locally got lucky. The Bruins lost. Revolution been out of it since the season started. But MLS did have some playoffs going on. So it's all right. So hopefully you celebrated the sports equinox on Monday by watching as much sports as possible. Okay, so we're going to get things started like we always do. We're going to go around Rhode Island and New England in a game you heard right here on WOON. Joe Callahan, host of Coffee and Every Day and the Tiki Bar, filling in for Pat. And we brought you the Woonsocket versus Moses Brown game in a game with major playoff implications in Division II. Woonsocket raced to a 35-0 halftime lead, played some clock in the second half, and eventually won 35-14. If everything stays as is, Woonsocket will travel to West Warwick in the first round of the playoffs next week, and we'll have all that probably by Monday or Tuesday.
And Lincoln High School is currently locked into the 7th place and will travel to South Kingston next week for their first round playoff game in Division II. Over in Division I, Cumberland and Burrillville did not make the top 6 and could be set to play each other in the sub D1 playoff. Those final seedings will be determined after Burrillville takes on Central today at 1. Finally, in Division IV, North Smithfield finished their regular season with a perfect 8-0 record. Appears to be locked in as the number 2 and will host the first round of playoffs next week against either Hope or Exeter/West Greenwich co-op team. Final seedings will be determined after all games are completed today.
All right, in other local high school news, Cumberland 2-1 winners over South Kingstown on Monday will play the Lincoln School out of Providence tomorrow. Should mention that's in field hockey. Should mention the sport. Tomorrow, they'll play the Lincoln School out of Providence tomorrow at 3 at Roger Williams University for the D2 Field Hockey Championship. So good luck to Cumberland on that. In boys soccer, Lincoln High School, after beating St. Ray's 8-4. Yes, 8-4 in a soccer game in the quarterfinals, will play at North Providence today at 1 o'clock. Winner of that game will play Mount Hope. The championship game will be held next Sunday, 2:30 at Rhode Island College. In Division III, the number 1 seed Burrillville will play Johnston Wednesday for the right to advance to Rhode Island College next Sunday at 5 o'clock. The Burrillville girls soccer team, currently seeded number 2, will play St. Ray's Wednesday for the right to advance to the championship next Saturday, 4 o'clock at Rhode Island College. And lastly, in volleyball, Cumberland will travel to Westerly as the number 4 seed. Should they beat Westerly, they will advance to the D2 championships next Saturday, 6:30, Rhode Island College, sensing a trend here. And in D4, Woonsocket will host Hope High Thursday, 6:30. Winner advancing to the championship, you guessed it, next Sunday, 2:30 at Rhode Island College.
In Burrillville football field news, the new field, which was already been laid with field goalposts and bleachers, has now been voted by a 6-3 vote to continue work on the field.
Yeah, it's just threw that one at you. It's been controversial for a couple of years now. They actually laid the groundwork at Burrillville High School. The whole field has been laid without the turf. The bleachers are in. The field goal posts are up. The press box has not been built. That's my number one. We do the game currently from the rock in the corner of the end zone, the Mandeville Rock. Brendan reported that Brendan McGarrett of the Blackstone Valley Calling Times reported that it got voted on, passed the vote 6-3 to continue progress. I work with one of the coach's dads, and he thinks there might be a whole set of appeals with people that have lawyers and money. So more news to be determined there. Hopefully the field goes on. It is tough to call a game from the rock in the corner of the end zone.
I can only imagine.
On the local college campuses, last Saturday, Brown football lost a heartbreaker to Cornell, 30-24 in double overtime. Last night, they traveled to Penn looking for their first Ivy victory of the season. They dropped a 28-21 decision. The Brown hockey team finally got underway last night at Air Force, losing 2-0. They'll play again tonight at 7. And the Brown basketball team will host Siena next Friday night at 7 o'clock.
And last night, the PC Friars opened up their Hockey East schedule, hosting UMass Lowell. The number 16 Friars skated to a 5-2 win. They will host the Riverhawks again at 5:05 at Schneider Arena. The men's basketball gets underway Monday, hosting Holy Cross at 7:15.
Okay, University of Vermont, 2-1 win in soccer last week over number 2 Bryant, vaulted the defending NCAA champions from number 7 to number 3, and dropped Bryant from number 2 to number 7. The Bryant soccer team did host NJ, New Jersey, Information Technology last night at 6 o'clock to get back to their winning ways with a 2-1 victory. They'll finish up their regular season Tuesday at UNH. The semifinals for the America East will be played Wednesday, November 12th. And the America East Championship will be Sunday the 16th. Brackets will be released shortly thereafter. And with the playoffs going through early to mid-December before they crown the soccer championship. Bryant football hopes to improve on their 2-6 record as they host Monmouth today at 1 o'clock. And the basketball team will kick off the Jamie and Christian era Monday at Siena. Bulldog and fifth-year player Quincy Allen was named to the America East preseason all-conference team.
And number 12, URI football is on a bye this week, and they will resume action next week at Elon. The basketball team will open up at home Monday versus Siena at the Ryan Center with a 7 o'clock tip-off.
Okay, the New England Lightning of Pawtucket won their first game last Saturday night. We had Paul Rogers on in studio last week. They won their game 153-79 over the Boston Sharks. Paul had hoped for 160 points, and boy, he came close to it. This weekend, the Lightning have 2 home games. They're tonight at 6 against the same Boston Sharks, and tomorrow, 2 o'clock versus the Saratoga Racers. All home games played at the Pawtucket Boys and Girls Club. Tickets are $15.
The Providence Bruins topped the previously beaten Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins 3-1 on Wednesday night at Mohegan Arena for their 7th straight win to remain undefeated. Captain Patrick Brown posted 2 assists, while Brett Harrison, Riley Tuft, and Georgi Merkulov all tallied in the middle frame. Goaltender Michael DiPietro stopped 25 shots to earn the victory, and Providence Bruins will host the Hershey Bears tonight at the AMP. Puck drop is set for 7:05.
And the Providence Bruins, I looked it up, also have a game tomorrow at home at 3 as well against the Charlotte Checkers. Forgot to throw that one onto the notes. But it is a coincidence. I'm not purposely setting you up with the Providence Bruins names, but now it's kind of funny.
Luckily, these names haven't been too hard the past couple times.
And you're starting to see the same
names.
names.
The first time was a tough one around. Stay away from the Middle European names, and we're good.
I did PA at the New England Sports Village for the Cannons, and they had Russian names on there as well. So, all right. So let's go to the phone lines, and let's see, who do we have? Hello, you're in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin.
Good morning, boys. How are you?
Good. Is this Pat?
No, it's Marty.
Oh, Marty. Oh, gee. Sorry, Marty. How are
That's
you today?
okay. That's okay. I should have identified myself.
No, that's
I
okay.
apologize.
Thank you. Say hi to Owen Kelleher.
Oh, absolutely. Hello, Owen. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Making his debut?
It's actually second week in a row for us. Pat's a little under the weather, so he's at home right now. That's why I thought it was him calling in, so sorry.
No, that's no worries. No worries. Thanks for the shout-out for our athletic teams. It's an exciting time of year for all of us. Volleyball had a good win over Lincoln the other night. We go to play Westerly. Tough foe. Girls soccer, we're playing Lincoln at 11 this morning at Tucker in a quarterfinal game with a chance to go to the semis. And, field hockey, I just drove by. They're down there practicing as we speak. A chance of what they're calling their redemption tour after losing to Lincoln in the title game last year. Coach Delaney Cavanaugh's done an amazing job with our field hockey program. So, exciting time of the year, as you had the two championship season. And cross country today, state meet out upon again. The girls at 2:15, boys are at 3. So.
Marty, both, and I apologize for not putting this in the notes. I believe both the boys and girls cross country teams, are they both undefeated at 11-0?
Yeah, the dual meets they are. The girls' streak is up to, I want to say, 140-ish of losing in dual meets, and the boys are getting close to 100. But, it's Coach Carter, too, who heads both our programs now. It's about championship season and everything. Everything builds through today, and then to New England's next week in Vermont. And if they choose to keep going, then they go to the Eastern Regionals in Wappinger Falls, New York. So
wow,
great time of year. It's a good day to run. A little windy, but that's the thing. The thing about cross country is the course is the same for everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
You're not running 2 hours later, and it's different from one for another. So.
No. Exciting time for you and Cumberland, and you're in your playoff mode, and you're also starting to get ready now for the winter sports season as well. So I imagine rather busy on your end.
Yeah, winter. Registrations are open. Middle school starts 2 weeks from Monday, so high school doesn't start until December 1st. But we have football playoffs, as you alluded to. That we either have Central or Barterville home. Which will be, I believe, on the 14th, depending on who we draw in the D1 Cup Bowl.
Yep.
And, exciting time for that. And, of course, we have Thanksgiving Day here in Cumberland where,
yes.
We're very excited, once again, to continue this rivalry. And we're also excited about our honorary captains, who are going to be Terry Lynch, will be the Cumberland honorary captain, South Kingston athletic director, former All-State quarterback here, former collegiate player at URI, still heavily involved with the URI program.
Wow.
And the Woonsocket honorary captain is going to be Carol Nasuti, wife of George Nasuti, who was a icon in Woonsocket. So they're going to be our honorary captains on Thanksgiving Day.
And the new press box at Woonsocket is named after George Nasuti as well. So
yeah, and the school going up at Barry is going to be named after him. He had such an impact on the Woonsocket community. Not only athletically, but academically as well, serving as an administrator for many years in that district.
Yeah, I ended up doing the football game from Woonsocket last night with my brother Joe, and Joe was giving me a great history on George and what an impact a person he was, and how unfortunate dying so young. So I think what a great honorary captain for Woonsocket for the Thanksgiving Day game. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's about it's about history, right? And
right.
Dad was a history teacher for 38 years at the high school, and so we're a big history family, and I'm about embracing the past because kids may not even, some of these kids, Woonsocket kids, I'm sure, but Cumberland kids may not even know who Terry is.
Exactly.
I've heard of him. So, but it's important. It's important. Mr. Giardino and I have been working very closely on this over the years, and it's a part of who we are to get to this point in time.
No, it's fantastic, exciting time. And before I let you go, do you have a prediction on Game 7 tonight?
Let's go Blue Jays.
Let's go Blue Jays. I think that's the sentiment from a lot of people. Let's go Blue Jays. So I'm rooting for them. I was actually rooting for the Dodgers for a bit last night just to force a Game 7 because I love Game 7s. But I'm with you. Let's go Blue Jays.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, buddy. Good luck to Cumberland. Thank you.
Thanks, folks. Bye-bye.
Marty Crowley joining us on the program, giving us the updates on Cumberland and what's happening and promoting the Thanksgiving game. Terry Lynch will be the honorary captain for Cumberland on the Thanksgiving Day game. So exciting times, busy times. You played high school sports as well. This is a crazy time of year for athletic directors as they ramp up for the winter as they try to close down for the fall. One last note, and before we take our first break. We do have RISC does begin their playoffs tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon against Charleston Battery in North Carolina. And huge news coming out of Bryant. This is real exciting. From the Bryant University website, I'm just going to read to you. Bryant President Russ Gittel, General Treasurer James Diasa, and Governor Daniel McKee jointly announced that Bryant University is the first site in New England to be selected for inclusion in the expanded FIFA World Cup 26 base camp brochure of potential sites that can be selected as a team base camp next year. Basically, what that means is one of the teams that's going to be playing at Gillette may get housed at Bryant, do all their training at Bryant. They have a brand new 43,000 square foot field house, state-of-the-art spaces, and they're the only team right now that has made this cut. They'll find out for sure in December. And next week, we do have Tristan Hobbs joining us by coincidence to preview not only the basketball team, but the soccer team. And Tristan, if you're listening, we're going to be talking a little FIFA World Cup soccer. So when we come back, I got some thoughts on some RISC things. We're also going to talk some baseball, football, and anything else that you want to talk about here in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin here on WOON 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and OneSocketRadio.com.
Are you craving a slice of perfection? We're talking pizza here. Head to Ollie's Pizzeria, 204 South Main Street in Woonsocket. From melty mozzarella to bold homemade sauces, Ollie's Pizzeria serves up the freshest pizza pies in town. Dine in, carry out, or order online by visiting olliespizzeria.com. They've got your flavor fix covered. Sam and Tina invite you to Ollie's Pizzeria, 204 South Main Street, Woonsocket. Taste what everyone's talking about. Transforming your house into a home is what they do at Cumberland Kitchen and Bath Design Center. Kitchen trends for 2025 include big color, open shelving, mixed materials, hardware reimagined, keeping it green, and room to gather. Kevin and his crew at Cumberland Kitchen can show you the latest trends and possibly something you have not thought of. Visit CumberlandKitchen.com or stop into the showroom in the McDonald's Plaza on Menden Road, Cumberland, just off Route 295. Cumberland Kitchen and Bath Design Center. Quality, compassion, community is Landmark Medical Center. But why choose Landmark? Here's why. You get the care you need without traveling far from home. Also, you'll receive heart care, wound healing, and preventative care and services. Plus, you get emergency care 24 hours a day, every day at Landmark Medical Center. Your community hospital is Landmark Medical Center, 115 Cass Avenue, Woonsocket. Visit landmarkmedical.org for more information. You can refresh your home without breaking the bank with new furniture from Colette's Furniture. From cozy sofas and stylish dining sets to mattresses and home office sets, Colette's Furniture has what you're looking for. And right now, enjoy special financing and unbeatable prices on the brands you love. Stop by their showroom on Wood Avenue and see why Colette's Furniture is Woonsocket's trusted name in home furnishings. See their inventory online at Colette'sFurniture.com or on Facebook. The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasker Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasca Buick GMC. If you want your yard to be the envy of the neighborhood, then you need to contact Rosato and Sons of Westboro. They've been turning outdoor visions into reality across Massachusetts for more than 37 years. From custom patios, walkways, and outdoor kitchens to low-maintenance water features and landscape lighting. Looking for routine lawn maintenance, irrigation, or seasonal color? Rosato & Sons has you covered. They are a full-service landscaping firm doing it all in-house for unmatched quality and reliability. When you're ready to elevate your outdoor living, visit rosatoandsons.com to request your free estimate. Rosato & Sons of Westboro, where beautiful landscapes aren't an expense, they're an investment.
OM Radio.
And welcome back to the Chief Seats with Pat Kevin. I'm joined by Owen Kelleher today, and we have two people on the line. We do have Pat. Pat, are you there?
I am. How are you, Kevin?
All right, doing very well, Pat. Thanks for joining. And Pat, great time. And we got Moose on the line as well. Moose, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's go to you first, Moose. Moose, what's on your mind? I can imagine it's only baseball, but go ahead.
Oh, no. I mean, yes, of course, the World Series is prominent right now. I'm kind of glad in a way that Toronto did not win last night, because I had predicted them to win in 6.
You did.
I did.
I predicted the Angels in 5.
The Angels?
I mean, the Angels. Oh, my gosh. The Dodgers.
Okay.
Shohei used to be on the Angels. I got Shohei on the mind. That's how my mind is working this morning. Okay.
Right. But I don't know. I'm kind of split. Who wins tonight? I don't have anything on the game. It's been an entertaining World Series, that's for sure.
Yes.
I mean, that 18-inning game was spectacular. And I think everybody's got their money's worth as far as the fans are concerned. So we'll see.
I agree with that, Moose. I think it's been one of the more entertaining World Series. I think with some of the rule changes, especially the pitch clock. So now you're going from a 3-hour and 10-minute game down to about 2:38. I think they brought back a lot of fans, and this World Series has been extraordinarily entertaining. Not too many people stayed up for the full 18 innings, but they were able to absorb it and see it. Owen, I know, fell asleep. When did you fall asleep, Owen, in the 17th?
I unfortunately fell asleep the at-bat before Freddie Freeman ended it, so I just missed it.
But a game 7 always fun, and on a Saturday night, so people should be able to stay awake for all 18 innings tonight, Moose.
Well, what happened during that game? I was watching the game, and after the 9th inning, naturally they were tired. I was really tired, so I said, "Well, that's it. I'll find out what happens tomorrow." But in the middle of the night, a couple of 3 hours later, I said, "Well, let's see what happened." They're still playing.
Exactly. Yeah. I made it 11. I went to bed. I woke up, and I thought I was watching like a Red Sox in 2 on Nesson, but it was still the 16th inning, and then I fell back asleep again. So.
Anyway, as Marty, I will concur with Marty. I hope the Jays win.
Yes.
But I do like a couple. I still like Mookie Betts. I still like Mookie.
Yes.
And I'm a Freddie Freeman fan. I like Freeman.
There's something about Freeman. I really like Freddie Freeman.
He's a consummate ball player.
Yeah.
He can kill you, and his personality is really great. He's got a good rapport with his teammates and with the fans as well, and the media.
Dodgers. I think people just dislike the Dodgers because they're there all the time. But when you go through player by player, there's really no one dislikable in Shohei Ohtani. Clearly, the face of baseball right now. I mean,
yeah.
How can we forget Kiki Hernandez in left field?
Kiki Hernandez, old friend.
Yep.
Didn't he throw the clinching out last night?
That was crazy. That was crazy how that game
ended.
Wasn't
that him?
That was Kike in left, yeah. Came running in. They turned a old 7-6 double play to finish the game.
I wish we had guys like that.
Yeah, exactly. The old Bob Lavelle. I can't believe that like that.
Niners time to concentrate on football. I don't know what's going to happen tonight with the series. I mean, I'll watch some of it. But, I have no interest on it, except, I'm a baseball fan.
Right.
But concentrate on football and the up and down Bruins.
Yep.
And the Pats tomorrow. You know, they're playing in Atlanta tomorrow. Atlanta will have two people very important back, and one of them is their quarterback, and Penix.
Penix, yep, is back,
and the wide receiver Drake London, I believe, will be playing.
And Bijan Robinson is a tremendous.
He's their top receiver, but I don't see anything. Well, we don't have Stevenson.
No.
So I still think I'll say the Patriots will win by a touchdown. Maybe I don't see him getting beat.
No.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a shock. It wouldn't be a shock, but I just don't see them getting beat. Atlanta's up and down. They got some bad losses. Very bad losses.
Any predictions on the Pats game tomorrow?
I think it could unfortunately be a little closer than you think, but I don't think they're going to lose. Falcons, they lose to the Dolphins, but they kind of smack around the Bills, so it doesn't make much sense with them.
Yeah, not to mention that they get shut out by Carolina.
Exactly, yeah, they lose 40-0 to Carolina, get beaten by Miami, then they beat up on the Bills. There's no rhyme or reason to their season, so it seems like
I don't know, flip a coin.
Yeah.
We've got talent, and it's, we haven't played anybody, but we can go on and on that. The records don't lie.
Right.
They're 6-2. Drake May he's the man.
He's the real deal right now. Until he proves he's not, he is the real deal, because he's proven it against a good team in Buffalo, and he's doing what he's supposed to be doing against the teams that they're supposed to be beating. You take away the Raider game, week 1, where they were just coming out of camp. I mean, he's played well. He played well in the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah,
the Raiders and every other game since.
I like them tomorrow. I like the Raiders tomorrow in an upset. They're playing Jacksonville, and they're at home.
Yeah, Jacksonville. I'm still not sold on Jacksonville as well. I like Jacksonville in that game, but we'll see. Raiders could possibly pull it. So
we're not. They got the tight end back, which is very important. Bowers.
Yeah.
He's missed the bulk of the season, and Myers can hurt you on the outside. They're at home. I don't know. That's a close game, but those are all the games. So, anyway, I know you got Pat on the line.
Yep. All right, Moose. Hey, have a great weekend and enjoy the World Series tonight.
You as well. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye now.
The mighty Moose joining us on the phone lines. Pat, agree or disagree with anything that Moose said?
Yeah, I'm not so. The Raiders are terrible, so I don't care who they have back. I'm not sold on Jacksonville either, but the Raiders aren't going to beat them. No way.
No, it's Jacksonville. I'm just not 100% sure. Trevor Lawrence kind of drives me crazy. The Raiders, they beat the Patriots, but we didn't know what the Patriots were going to be back at the time. So and I'm not getting hung up on the Raiders against Jacksonville.
Yeah, Travis Hunter is out though. He's on the IR.
So, all right. So, hey, why don't we go to a break, Pat? Are you able to hang with us?
Yeah, I can hang on.
Awesome. So, all right. So we'll go to a quick break. When we come back, I do want to get into this RISC stuff. I want to talk about a little bit more about the Bryant, and then back to baseball as well. And I want to get Pat's opinion. Pat is our soccer guru as well. So I know, Pat. Before we go to break, did you know about Bryant and the whole FIFA thing?
I did, yeah.
You did? Wow. All right. See, you're a guru. That's why you knew. You should have broke it. So, all right. So you're in the Chief Seats with Pat and Kevin today. Owen Callagher sitting in studio as well here on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and OneSoccerRadio.com. We'll be back right after this, and you can join us at 401-766-1240.
The perfect place to relax, unwind, and enjoy a great meal is Kay's Restaurant, a local favorite since 1968. From Kay's famous steak sandwiches to mouth-watering seafood, hearty burgers, and fresh daily specials, there's something for everyone. Enjoy the friendly service, cozy atmosphere, and a tradition of excellence that keeps guests coming back. So whether it's lunch, dinner, or drinks with friends, make it Kay's Restaurant, 1013 Cass Avenue in Woonsocket. Kay's Restaurant, where friends meet and memories are made.
At North Smithfield Urgent Care and Lincoln Urgent Care, you'll always be seen by a board-certified physician who'll diagnose your minor illness or injury. Their services include treatment for flu, fractures, rashes, ITU infections, and work-related injuries, plus physicals, vaccinations, and drug screening. North Smithfield Urgent Care, Great Road, North Smithfield, and Lincoln Urgent Care, Wake Robin Road, Lincoln. X-ray and lab on premises.
State Line Service and Tire Center services all vehicles, including late model cars and light trucks. Your late model vehicle is a highly sophisticated piece of equipment featuring a network of sensors and switches that monitor engine performance and efficiency. When a problem arises, it's important for your technician to know if your check engine light warning is a real problem or just a sensor computer issue. So be safe and be sure. Don, Kevin, and Sean believe in communicating and explaining. State Line Service and Tire Center, 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket, at the State Line.
Woonsocket Door Sales carries an excellent variety of doors to complement your residence or business, including the LiftMaster security doors that provide you with extra protection against theft. These doors feature a special security ID code to further safeguard your home, business, or valuables in your garage. Remember, an attractive door complements the appearance of your home or business. Woonsocket Door Sales for installation, parts, and repairs. Woonsocket Door Sales, 1 Biltmore Avenue, Cumberland. Call them 767-3448.
Hi, this is Attorney John Brien of the Brien Law Group. I would like to take this opportunity to wish good luck to all of the players and teams in Northern Rhode Island. And please remember, if you are injured in an auto accident or need criminal defense, please call me at 401-597-5565 or visit BrienLawGroupRI.com.
Rhode Island does not have a certification for specialization of lawyers. Are you looking to beautify your property this autumn? Look to A.J. Moran for stonework patios, steps, walkways, plus retaining walls. Are you looking to beautify your home this autumn? A.J. Moran can put veneer stone right on your house to have beautiful looking stone. And if that's not what you want, A.J. Moran can rebuild indoor fireplaces with veneer stone. It's real natural stone. Check out what they can do online, ajmoraninc.com. A.J. Moran.
WOON AM and FM.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. Pat is on the phone line with us, and we are in studio with Owen Kelleher. Good morning, Pat. How's it going?
Oh, things are good. Owen, thanks for being in studio. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
He's having the time of his life. He gets to talk, and nobody's stopping him, Pat. So it's
Nothing
Yeah,
better
right.
than that.
There you go.
So all right. So Pat, so you heard about the Bryant thing, FIFA. I first heard about it last night. My brother Joe was telling me during the football game about it, and I got all excited when I heard about it. Can you break it down like in layman's terms for me? What is it that Bryant released? They made it all official, but it doesn't sound like it's official to December. Could you just kind of break this down for us?
Yeah, I mean, they've been talking about this for a few months now, leading up to the ticket sales and all that stuff. But that Bryant was potentially going to be a base camp for one of the countries who are going to play out this way, and so they'll be there. They'll use all their facilities and practice and train at Bryant. So
it could be like England, and I'm just making up a country. I don't even know if they qualified, but England, in theory, could call Bryant University home for the duration for their stay in the World Cup if Bryant gets pulled.
Yeah, or at least while they're out in this area. As the games move, as they get out of the the play-in or the playing games, they'll move to other areas, but. Yeah, so while they're out here playing, and Gillette, I believe, is scheduled to have a semifinal game.
Yes, they are.
They'll be at least hosting one of the countries.
They're at least supposed to be a quarterfinal, Pat. I'm not 100% sure about the semifinal.
That might be a quarterfinal. You're right.
But I think it's for sure a quarter. But they are hosting the most amount of games at 7. That I do know.
Yeah. So it's obviously it's great. It's great for Bryant. It's great press for the area. They put a tremendous amount of money into that campus and upgrading facilities, and obviously I think RIFC helped that out playing their first year there. I think they paid for the upgrades to their soccer stadium. So Yeah, I think it's great. It'll be good for the area, especially, we're still trying to grow soccer around here. It's grown tremendously over the last few years, and I think that's a big part of it. I barely remember back to '94 because I wasn't a huge soccer fan, but I'm sure there was similar places around here when they came out to play. That at least I don't think there was many games out at would have been Sullivan Stadium then. But.
Right. There were quite a few in the sense of I know Greece was in it because I was working at a Greek restaurant and the guys got tickets to go. And what I remember is Greece did not have a good showing. They went 0-3. I don't think they scored and they gave up 10 goals. So as an Irishman and Ireland was in it, I took great glee in laughing at them during that time. But the World Cup in Foxborough pretty much helped relaunch professional soccer in this country. The North American Soccer League, which had the New England team in that played in Foxborough, folded, and MLS was born. I believe their first year was in 95. So the year after, so the World Cup really helped launch MLS, which is now in its 31st year, and they've expanded, and they got soccer-only stadiums now popping up almost everywhere but Foxborough, and maybe a few others. But yeah, so you got the Bryant soccer team that played the defending champions Vermont. They're going to be 1-2 again in the America East. They sold out last week, over 5,000 people at the Bryant Vermont game last week. This really, really puts Bryant on the world stage, literally. Now, what do you know about this drawing on December 5th? Are they announcing is this with all the dignitaries that were there? You get the impression that this was a shoo-in for Bryant, but then you read a little bit further, it's going to be December 5th that they make the final decision. So is there a chance that Bryant won't be, in your opinion, or what do you think?
I think there's always a chance.
Sure.
But I think they're pretty. I think it's pretty much solidified at this point, unless barring something that crazy that happens. But I don't see it not happening. But then again, there is a process, I guess, that they still need to go through. So we'll see.
Right, and also a hotel, the Graduate by Hilton. Let's just get into Rhode Islandese. The Biltmore. Everybody knows, is the hotel that is also under consideration to host one of the teams next summer. So when you think of Gillette Stadium, they call it Boston Stadium for the World Cup. But Gillette Stadium in Foxborough technically closer to Providence than to Boston, so it makes sense to put a team or two in the Providence area. Bryant makes sense. They have this. I haven't seen it, but the 43,000 square foot field house. And Pat, I don't know if you heard at the very beginning, great timing with Tristan Hobbs from Bryant coming in or calling in next week to talk about the upcoming basketball season, the soccer season. And I said, Tristan, I hope you're listening. I think we're going to be talking a little World Cup soccer next week as well.
Yeah, I think Tristan might be able to give us, obviously a lot more information if he has it, and in terms of what it means for Bryant and in the area in general. My guess is, obviously, if the Biltmore becomes a base, they still need somebody to train.
Right.
Maybe at that point, I don't think anyone's going to be training over at Brown. That's not a great facility.
No.
In terms of, getting there to and from and
right.
all that. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but it's good for Bryant, and obviously to have their soccer team being,
so good.
I think they're ranked number 7 nationally now, after a tough loss to Vermont, who are the defending NCAA champions, and 2-1. They were down in that game 2-0. They ended up coming back. They did score, and actually they outplayed Vermont in the second half. So tough loss, but they're still seeded. They'll be seeded high. Probably they'll definitely be 1 or 2 in the America East tournament. Yeah. They'll be a high seed in the NCAA.
Oh yeah, I mean right now, I mean if the season would end right now and it ends next week, before the America East playoffs, if it basically it's the same format as basketball, with Vermont being a 2 seed overall in the country, that'll make them a 1 seed in their bracket. With Bryant being number 7 in the country, that'll make them a 2 seed, for sure. So it's a high up with the great opportunity to advance. So all right. So Pat, I want to switch topics a little bit. It's RIFC. I think they're missing out on a huge opportunity right now. They are not, and I don't know all the details of why not, but they are not hosting any of the Rhode Island State Championships this fall anyway. And you got the Field Hockey Championships next week. That's being played at Roger Williams. Again, there might be a contract in place with them. I know that the soccer championships, there's a contract in place with Rhode Island College through next year. So maybe they'll go to RISC after that. But the football state championships, they're at Cranston Stadium. There was a big article in the Providence Journal last year about how outdated Cranston Stadium is, and what a great opportunity. Pat, you and I have talked about this. We've had some RIFC representation on. I really think it's a missed opportunity for RIFC to showcase their brand new stadium. They could put on RIFC merchandise for sale. They can make a ton of money on concessions. You only have to open up a couple concession stands. You're going to get, say, anywhere from 300 to about 2,000, depending on the division. When it's Hendrick and LaSalle, in theory, you're going to get a lot more. With North Smithfield against Hope, you might not get as much. But nevertheless, how do you feel about this? I think it's a huge missed opportunity for them.
Yeah, there has to be more to it than just they don't want to allow it. Let's face it. Not that Cranston isn't, but Pawtucket's that's a tough area to get in and out of. There's not a ton of parking over there. They've made it work for the soccer thing, where they have these satellite parking, and that's part of the whole soccer kind of day is, the support group marches down, and I think it's like a 2.5 mile march at this point from where they park to the stadium, doing their, chants and songs and whatnot. So that works for them. But, on a normal day when you got, a high school game, are people going to want to park 2.5, 3 miles away and walk to the stadium?
No.
Maybe not. Right. So it could be, and that could be part of it. Maybe it's they can't tie up their schedule this time of year because there could potentially be playoffs in the USL. I don't know.
Just on that point, though, Pat. I mean, yes, obviously that's a consideration. It's also up in Foxborough. Crafts do host 6 of the 8 state championships up at Gillette, and there's a potential of the Revolution playing, and obviously the Patriots playing. Even RISC, they're playing tomorrow, where there's two games going on tomorrow in the USL playoffs. The other 6 are being played today. So I do think there is some wiggle room if that is a reason, and I haven't heard it hasn't, but you struck a chord with me, is if it's because of RISC's potential playoff. I'm sure the Interscholastic League would be more than happy to have a game on a Sunday or a Friday night, work around RIFC. Hey, this year we can only do 2 of the 4 state championships. We really apologize to Division 3 and 4, and we're going to send you back to Cranston Stadium just because of logistics. I do think there's some wiggle room around that, and to use the USL playoffs, that's a tough one on my book. So you struck a chord with me on that one.
Yeah, but it's also not a football field, so they gotta turn it into a football field. They gotta line it.
Yep.
So it's not like it's a professional. I mean, it is a professional team, but
I know what you mean.
It's at the TD Bank, they're used to doing the old, hey, we have a matinee hockey game, and we have an evening
Celtics
basketball game,
right.
and they got the they got the bull gang out there, and they got a crew, I don't think it works the same way down there where they don't have the Teamsters coming in to set up the field and line it and get all it done. I'm not saying that's the reason why they're not doing it.
No.
I don't know. I mean, we can certainly, hey, we have a pretty decent relationship with those guys. David Kurt from the RFC has been on our show several times. It'll be interesting to see what their take is, and I'm sure. I mean, this isn't what this was brought up a few weeks back. I think there was another. I think somebody from the Providence Journal had brought this up as being a big issue. Like, why you get this brand new stadium that was. I don't know all the logistics of it, but I believe it was taxpayer money that went into building this, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So why is he, and then somebody had wrote back to him saying like, yeah, well, you got every high school in Rhode Island has probably just as good of a turf field that is paid for by the taxpayers of that town. Why should these professional teams have to or feel like they have to? I get it. It's a good faith gesture. That was the whole part of bringing them to this area, was to kind of like connect with the local towns in Rhode Island. Rhode Island's not a big state, so
right.
The more you could do, the better it goes. And I think they've been great. RFC's been great. They were great up at Bryant. Mm-hmm. They did a lot for the area, especially around soccer. So maybe it'll happen. I know they just signed a big deal with URI, so URI can play there while their stadium's being renovated next year. Like I said, they got to be more to it than just we're not interested, and but certainly good talking point.
No, for sure. Yeah. Oh, and you have any thoughts? I feel like I've left you out of the conversation.
No, I mean, I just think that, if it's paid for by the taxpayers, when it comes to terms of other schools having turf fields, you don't really play a Super Bowl at a home field.
Right.
So that's kind of the one spot within Rhode Island, similar to Gillette, that if it's going to be built to bring in community and bring community together, you might as well use it. But logistically, I didn't know all of that about the parking. Well, that sounds like an absolute nightmare.
The parking could be a nightmare, but I go to the other side of it. Of it could be a good PR. Pat, are you able to stay with us through the final break?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. All right, we'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll finish up the talk about Centerville Bank Stadium. We'll get into Game 7 of the World Series as well. You are in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin here on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and OneSocketRadio.com. We will be back right after this.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasker Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasker Buick GMC. Your car will look showroom fresh when you bring it to Executive Auto Wash. Whether it's a quick exterior wash or a full service detail, Executive Auto Wash makes your ride sparkle inside and out. With state-of-the-art equipment, fast service, and attention to every detail, you'll drive away shining in minutes. Be sure to ask them about how you can have monthly unlimited washes. Don't settle for ordinary. Treat your car like royalty at Executive Auto Wash, Winter Street, Woonsocket. Executive Auto Wash, where a clean car is always in style.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Service Master by Gilmore. From water and fire restoration to mold remediation and emergency cleanup, we've been restoring peace of mind for over 40 years, now proudly serving all areas, including our newest service location in Rhode Island. No job is too big or too small. Day or night, we're here for you. Call Service Master by Gilmore at 1-800-783-0552 or visit us at the web at www.svmgilmore.com. Restoration done right every time.
Micho's Auto Body is a name you've heard for a long time, and over the years, they've kept up with the very latest technology, including water-based paints used by manufacturers and a full review of the vehicle to be sure that all the technology is performing properly. Micho's assists with all the details, calling the claims office, scheduling appraisals, arranging rentals, and before you leave, detail your vehicle. All work is 100% guaranteed while you own your car. Micho's Auto Body, 430 Privilege Street, Woonsocket. Visit MichaudAutobody.com.
The world-class distributor of all things electrical is Electrical Wholesalers. They are a full-service electrical distributor with branches throughout Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Locally, they're at 113 Clinton Street next to KFC here in Woonsocket, with other locations in Cranston and Franklin, Massachusetts. Electrical Wholesalers provides the highest quality service to electrical contractors as well as residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Electrical Wholesalers is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Visit ew-ne.com. Electrical Wholesalers. If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate your next meal from ordinary to extraordinary with meats so good your guests will ask you where you got them. Tell them Michael's Meats. Michael's Meats is in the Walgreens parking lot on Mendon Road in Cumberland, just north of the Ciabro Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., making your next meal truly special. Here's this week's specials at Michael's Meats.
And this week's special at Michael's Meats, fresh grade A chicken tenderloins for $2.49 a pound at Michael's Meats. But check out all of the specials at Michael's Meats. Thank you to Michael's Meats and Rob and all of our sponsors for the cheap seats here in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin. I was going to say in Woonsocket, which we are. So, all right, welcome back, Pat. You still with us?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Woohoo! All right, so yeah, I could see the parking being an issue at RISC because you got two teams coming together that don't know anything about RISC or the stadium. They're not sure where to park. They'd have to do a real good PR job of getting all that information out. However, I do think Centerville Bank is missing out on a PR opportunity because you've got your soccer people coming in. Your 8,000 people, whatever they get for their games on average. What you're missing is a chance to sell the stadium to people that only know it as a soccer stadium. So people might go to a high school Super Bowl, see how great the stadium is, and say, you know what, I will check out a soccer game next year because I really enjoyed my time at the football stadium. So I just see RISC missing out on a real good PR opportunity.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you, Kevin. I think especially that seems to be the mantra for them. Is it's about community reach. Centerville Bank clearly is obviously into it as well. So
right.
Maybe I think maybe it happens at some point. Gillette hasn't always hosted the high school final.
No,
and time. I think
right.
it was back at the old Sullivan Stadium for a while, then it went away, and then it's come back over the last probably 10, 15 years. But there's a period where it wasn't.
And we were talking about this the other night too. I actually think the Crafts may have even been guilted into doing it at Gillette. It's been about 7 or 8 years now that they've been doing it. The new stadium's been open for 25 or 24 years. So there was a gap there that they missed, but now but they do donate. Obviously, the Crafts are in a much different situation than RISC. They built Craftville in and around the stadium. They got the lots of tenants paying lots of money there, so different. But I kind of compare.
But
go ahead.
They also know that if you open up Gillette to the high school sports, you get all these friends and families coming to watch it. They're probably going to spend more money at Patriot Place as well. So
exactly,
it's a win-win.
Right, exactly. Oh no, it's a win. Yeah, exactly. They built Craftville up there, so they're all going off to all the different restaurants and shops potentially.
As much as it is about the extension, right? Extending your hand to the community and the good faith. It's a great opportunity for kids to play at a professional stadium. It is about the money too. So
okay, well,
it's like we're not going to charge you to come into the stadium, but chances are you're going to spend money at some of the restaurants, and which keeps us thriving.
So, and to that point, I have it on good authority. So I compare Centerville Bank to Polo Park, the old McCoy Stadium in Pawtucket, now up at Polo Park. So I reached out, and they host the high school baseball state championships. So I asked directly, do you charge the Massachusetts Interscholastic League? And they do. They charge the Massachusetts Interscholastic League a minimal rental fee that covers the Polo Park's costs and a little bit more, so they can make some money. They keep, meaning the MIAA, they keep all the ticket sales, and Polo Park, the Woo Sox, they keep all the concessions. Been an excellent deal for both of us, and they've already announced that they're doing it again in June. It seems like, to me, that's a simple concept of, hopefully they're not trying to gouge the Interscholastic League into charging fans, $50 to go see their nephew play in the Super Bowl. Hopefully they would have kept it reasonable. And again, I don't know the details, but if it is about money, I agree that Centerville Bank should break even to make money. They should not lose money on this. That's not fair to them, and it's not fair to any
Right.
business.
Right.
But I also think it's you don't have to put up all your barbecues and in your concession stand. You can have popcorn, hot dogs, coffee, hot chocolate. You don't have to go crazy with the concessions, just enough to make some money on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, listen, we're on the same page, Kevin. I don't disagree. And
I'm just passionate
I hope
about
it.
it.
Happens. I hope it happens at some point, right? I'm sure PC doesn't make much money off of hosting the hockey championships, and
right.
I'm sure for them it's just it's another opportunity for us to have people at our venue and I don't even think they open up, and they only have two concessions. Maybe they did have both of them open, but no.
Yeah, no.
It is what it is. We'll see what happens.
Exactly. So before we switch subjects, Owen, any thoughts on this thing? Did we bring anything new to the table for you to think about, or
No. I think the parking was really the one thing that threw me for a loop.
Yeah, and I do agree. I think the parking could be a problem for people that don't know. And so that could be a major sticking point as well. So all right, so Pat, we got a few minutes left. Your thoughts on the World Series, Game 7 tonight?
Yeah, last night's game was crazy. I mean, not even how it ended. Like, how about the the top of the inning where Toronto, I believe it was Barger, hits an absolute bomb that gets wedged in the wall, becomes a ground rule double. I mean, they both scored on that play,
right?
Even though Barger probably would have ended up at third, but that's a game changing call too, and it definitely hit. It definitely was there. I don't think it was wedged completely. Like, the guy couldn't have made a play on it, but good for the center fielder. Like they said, he didn't even reach for it. If he had made an attempt to play it,
yes,
and that rule goes away. So
I wanted to ask you. So, and Owen and I were talking about this as well. So so the outfielder did the right thing, and did he wait for the umpire to give the signal before he picked up the ball?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I mean, he basically ran to the wall, didn't make an attempt, and then put his hands up, and then obviously they made the call. So for him not, but by that time, Barger had already come around and scored.
Right.
So actually, that was the bottom of the ninth.
That was the bottom of the ninth too. Yeah, because
it was right before they made the pitching change.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because second and third.
Yeah, 3 pitches later, the game's over.
What a crazy double play as well. The base. Did you see the base running gaff? It's in the ninth.
Yeah, it's tough because in one right, you're the tying run, and you just got robbed of being on third base, no outs, only down by 1. So you're kind of pushing. That's a weird kind of spot. That's a weird hit right there.
Yeah.
In kind of almost typically no man's land if you're playing straight up as an outfielder, but. You can't do that to end the game. He should stay off social media until tonight's game.
You got to freeze, turn you back to the infield, watch to see if you catch it. If it drops, and look, if he stays stranded on second, the guy on third is still going to score.
Yeah.
if he catches it and gets back to the base, it's 2 outs. He's going to score on a single anyway because he's off and running. So that's a big gaff. And I won't say it'll cost him the series, but it could have.
Yeah.
So what do you see tonight, Pat?
I still think, hopefully, you never know. I mean, this is everything, the Dodgers want, right? You get Ohtani, and it seems to line up for him all the time, right? World Baseball Classic,
Yep.
he's pitching, it's like,
He gets Trout.
here we go. Yeah, exactly. Here we go again. So, but, Toronto's hit him pretty hard, when they have, so we'll see how it all plays out. I'm going to go with Toronto. I just like their make right now, how they're made up and their fight, and I think the Dodgers have stayed alive. So yeah, I'm going to go with Toronto tonight.
All right, Owen, your prediction on tonight?
I think it kind of depends if Shohei or Glasnow starting, because if it's Shohei coming out of the bullpen, then he's got to play right field.
Yeah.
Because that's like the Shohei rule where he starts, he can go into DH.
He could start as DH, go into pitch.
But then
go to the field.
Then he has to go to the field,
Right.
but then they lose
the DH.
The DH.
Which is right.
It's
the National League rule.
So now it'll be interesting to see if they go with Glasnow or Shohei in that spot.
But Shohei might be the closer. In which case
he could be the closer, but I mean, we've seen multiple opportunities for extra innings throughout this series. Do you want to risk that?
No. What were you going to say, Pat?
Well, Glasnow only threw 3 pitches.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
He should be good, and maybe they start him and he goes 3 or 4, and then they bring Ohtani in.
And it's not that Ohtani can't catch the ball. I guess it's more that whoever they bring in the pitch would then have to hit. Then it's all hands on deck.
You're going
Everybody's
short
a pitcher.
bullpen.
Yeah.
You're just never going to let them get up. But now you're depleting the bench.
Go ahead, Pat.
No. I agree.
So, all right, and one last question. Shohei Ohtani, the best baseball player ever? Yes or no? Pat?
I don't think so. But, again, we're going to get into the old school versus new school.
Oh, I know.
I still have the conversation. I mean, we talk about this in hockey, too. Like, obviously Wayne Gretzky is he the best player ever? Like,
yes.
Yeah, he has the most points. But I think if he played in today's day and age, he wouldn't put up that much. So,
all right,
I think he still would have been good, but he wouldn't have scored. I mean, you gotta in the argument, you can't even have the argument because it's a completely different sport than it was back then. But I still, he's definitely up there. That's for sure. I mean, he's doing things that other people haven't been able to do. So,
right.
Other than Babe Ruth, I guess.
Owen, your thoughts? Shohei, best player ever?
Yeah. I think it's pretty without a doubt.
And Pat, I'm actually starting to lean towards yes because of Babe Ruth. Shohei's doing things that Babe Ruth didn't do. They brought up a great point a couple games ago. Babe Ruth was only a quote-unquote two-way player for only 2 years, where Shohei has now done it he took 2 years from pitching because of his surgery, but he's done it for most of his career, at least 5 years, 5 or 6 years now. He's been a two-way. So I don't think he's there yet, but boy, we are. How about this? We're at least witnessing a generational player, the 21st century baseball player for sure. How's that one? So.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. So
he is fun to watch. I would never pitch to him. I'd just walk him.
Well, if Mookie Betts didn't go 1 for 8 in that game, he wouldn't have been intentionally walked 5 times after going 4 for 4. So in the 18 inning game, so it's a little bit on Mookie, though he did have the 2-run RBI single yesterday, in essence winning the game. So all right, hey Pat, thank you so much for calling in, and we'll get you back in studio next week for our basketball preview show.
You got it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Pat Holland, joining us on his own show.
Yep.
The Chief Season, Pat Holland. We want to thank Marty for calling in. We want to thank Moose and Pat as well for calling in. And Owen, thank you so much for filling in studio as well. This hour absolutely flew by. We want to thank you, as always, for joining us in the Chief Seats with Pat and Kevin on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, OneSoccerRadio.com. Next week, we'll have Brendan McGear. We'll have Tristan House. We'll be covering, previewing some local college basketball and a lot of questions for Tristan. Tristan off of this whole big Bryant and FIFA World Cup announcement. It sounds like all great news happening at Bryant University. So thank you once again for joining us in the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. We hope you have a tremendous weekend.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the